A blessed day to all of you who are here with us at the shrine of Jesus the Divine Word, and also those who are joining us in worship through this live stream. We've been reading from this book, letter of Paul to the Romans for almost 2 weeks, and we come to this point of one of the great enigma in his experience as a person and as a Christian. Paul meditates on the issue of the experience of goodness and evil in us. He readily recognizes that. Now, the duality, that there is the presence of these two things in us, good and evil, sin and grace. The human person, in his experience and in his meditation of this, Paul tells us that, and our experience too, is that we are subject to sin, subject to the seductions of the world in terms of flesh, although inside one he is capable of recognizing also in the depths of one's being, one's desire to fulfill the will or the designs of God. However, many times the seduction of sin is stronger and the bad outweighs the good. That is why he says that in his members another law fights against the law of his reason. But not everything is negative. That is why Paul asks himself, who will free him from this body of death, identifying death with sin? And he himself answers that it is the faith in God through the life and death of Jesus Christ, that he who freely offered himself to all of us is that will allow us to overcome evil that lives in us and brings about the good that Jesus has given to us. In other words, yes, the reality of sin, but our faith, our adherence to Christ, weak as it is, yet with that faith as our capital and growing into this friendship with Jesus Christ, this Lord who has overcome precisely sin and death with his own life offered for us. We are all under the situation of sin. Therefore, we all need the saving power that Jesus Christ offers as a sign of God's fidelity to his saving promise. And the response to this offer is precisely faith in him. Faith that transmits to us life, reconciliation, peace, grace, liberation, hope, resurrection, divine sonship, love, in short, the creation of a new person. But we know very well, so that we may not have the illusion that it is not a one-way thing, a one-time, big-time thing. We know very well that this is a long journey, long process. Throughout our lives, we have to struggle with this. But again, it is not our own work only, but rather allowing Christ to work in us. And we can do this only in the spirit of openness and faith, allowing Christ to enter our life as our friend. In the responsorial psalm, the psalmist asked the Lord to instruct us in His decrees, therefore to teach us goodness, prudence, knowledge, since we trust in His commands. As we partake once again this Holy Eucharist, we ask the Lord that He may enter into our lives and we may also respond with faith and truly persevering in our journey of faith. Many times we have the obstacles of our own evil inclinations, but let us allow Christ to work in us with humility and openness. It is only Christ, as Paul would say, who can liberate us from sin and death. Amen.